Hi guys, I'll be showing you how to make this highly requested Hobo Hot Dog Bag with vertical side pockets. To start, we're going to draft our pattern. I'm just using regular printer paper. We're going to draw out a rectangle that's 18 by 24 centimeters, then trim the excess off. From the bottom right corner, cut out a 5 centimeter by 5 centimeter square. This square determines the width of your bag. If you would like a narrower or wider bag, you can adjust accordingly. From the top edge, measure down 5 centimeters and draw a straight line. Then split that box in half. Now in that left box, we're going to draw a curved edge starting at the top right corner and ending at about halfway on the bottom edge of that box. Then cut it out following that curve. So that's basically how you make the pattern, but this is only half of the main body of our bag. When we cut out our pieces, we're going to have to line up that left edge with the fold of the fabric. I'm using a thrifted bedsheet today, but I'm just lining that left edge with the fold and cutting my pieces out. These are all the pieces you'll need. You'll end up with 4 pieces of the main body, but 2 are for the outer fabric and 2 are for the lining. We're going to start with our outer fabric facing right side up. Cut 2 pieces of zipper that are the same length as the side. Then place the zipper with the teeth facing down on each side. Then take your side pocket and flip it so that the right side is facing down. Line up the left edge of the piece with the left edge of the zipper. Go ahead and pin that in place. Take the other side pocket piece and flip it so that it's also right side facing down. And place that right edge so that it lines up with the right edge of the zipper. Pin it in place, and then we're going to take it to the sewing machine to sew down both sides. Open up the side pockets and fold it so that the wrong sides are facing each other. Then top stitch along both edges. After top stitching, you should still be able to open up the side pockets. We'll finish assembling them once we have our other pieces. Let's set this aside and start on our zipper pockets. Cut your zipper to the same length as the short side of your zipper pocket piece. Then from the top edge of the wrong side, measure at 2, 2.5, and 3 centimeters and draw parallel lines at each point. From the left edge, measure at 1 and 2 centimeters. And repeat on the right side. Within each square, draw a triangle so that they're pointing toward each other. Place your zipper pocket on the outer fabric, making sure that the right sides are facing each other. Pin it down, and when we sew, we're just going to focus on sewing around this outer edge of this long rectangle. After sewing, it should look something like this. Next, we're going to cut along the midline, following it all the way to the tip of the triangle. Then cut up to the corner as close as you can without cutting the thread. And then repeat for the other end. Then we're going to put that pocket piece into that opening and straighten out the edges as best as you can. Go ahead and press it with the iron on both sides. Now is a good time to put the zipper hole onto the teeth. With the outer fabric facing right side up and the zipper teeth facing up, place your outer fabric over top the zipper. Pin and sew around this open edge. Flip your outer fabric over to the wrong side and fold your pocket piece in half. We're going to sew all 3 sides closed, making sure to go through only the 2 layers of fabric. Be careful not to sew through the outer fabric. At the machine, I'm going to start by feeding this outer fabric with the bottom side facing away from me, and then I'm folding over the edge to reveal the pocket underneath. As you can see here, the pocket is sewn completely separate from the outer fabric. Then repeat the process for the zipper pocket on one of your lining pieces. Here I have an outer fabric and a lining fabric, both with zipper pockets. For the other lining piece, we're doing a double pocket. Fold your double pocket in half and sew along all 3 edges, making sure to leave a gap to flip it right side out. Snip off the corners to reduce the bulkiness and then flip it right side out. I have the hole on the bottom, we're going to ignore it for now and top stitch along the top edge. Place the pocket on the lining, making sure that the bottom edge of the pocket is above this imaginary line here. Then sew down all 3 sides, which will simultaneously close that hole, and then sew straight down the middle to create the double pocket. We just finished preparing all of our 4 pieces and now we can start assembling. We're going to start with the outer piece with the side pockets and a lining piece with the zipper pocket. Cut your zipper so that it's the same length as this curved edge. This is the main opening. I'm going to fold all of my pieces in half and make notches at the midpoint. This will help line up our pieces as we assemble everything together. Place the outer fabric with the right side facing up. Then place the zipper with the teeth facing down and match up the midpoints. Then place the lining fabric with the right side facing down, also matching up the midpoints. Pin all 3 layers together, making sure to maneuver the zipper as you go. Then sew across. You can cut vertical slits at the curved edge to relieve some tension, but be careful not to cut through the thread. Now flip it so that the wrong sides are facing each other and then top stitch along the edge. For the other side of the zipper, start with your other outer fabric facing right side up. Place the zipper so that the teeth are facing down and matching it up at the midpoints. Then place the lining piece with the right side facing down and matching it up at the midpoint as well. Pin all 3 layers in place and then we can go ahead and sew it down. Again, I'm making the slits at the curved edges to release some of the tension. Then flip it so that all the wrong sides are facing each other. And top stitch along the edge. At this point, you can insert the zipper pull into the main zipper, but I forgot, so you'll see me do it later. Now we need to fold it so all the right sides are facing each other. I have both outer fabrics facing right side up, so I'm just gonna fold them toward each other. For orientation, I have both outer fabric pieces on the bottom and both lining pieces on the top, and all the right sides are facing each other. Now to finish attaching the side pockets, start with the left piece and fold it toward the center. Fold the side pocket in half and line it up with the left edge of the zipper. Underneath, you'll see it'll naturally line up with the left edge of your other outer fabric. Go ahead and pin that in place. Repeat this process on the other side. Pull the side pocket toward the center and fold it in half to line up with the right edge of the zipper. Underneath, you'll see that it naturally lines up with the right side of your other outer fabric. Pin it in place and sew down both sides. Here is what it looks like so far. Now we need to top stitch along the edge, but in order to do that, we have to open up the zipper. Find the bottom of the side zipper and pull it open on both sides. Then turn the side pockets right side out. Now we have access to both edges and we can top stitch on both sides. Next, we're going to insert our zipper pulls. Start from the bottom of the zipper and pull it all the way through the first time. On the second time, we're just going to pull it to about halfway. And repeat on the other side. Now we want to close up all of the sides, but before we do that, we have to flip it so that the right sides are facing each other. I'm grabbing both lining pieces on the inside, which already have right sides facing each other, and pulling them outward. Now I have both lining pieces on the bottom and both outer fabric pieces on the top, and they have right sides facing each other. We're going to close the lining first, so sew down all three sides. Next, we're going to sew one of the corners closed and leave the other one open. So open up one corner until it forms a straight edge, and sew it closed. Next, we're going to close the outer fabric and the side pockets, but this is where I remembered to put the zipper pull onto the main zipper, so you'll see me doing that. So to close the outer fabric, sew across the bottom edge. Next, we're going to close the corner and the bottom of the side pocket. Here, I'm just making notches at the midpoint of each side pocket. Match up the midpoint of the side pocket to the bottom of the zipper. It'll form a straight edge and we can pin that in place. Then open up the corner until it forms a straight edge. You'll see that it also lines up with the straight edge of the bottom of the pocket, and we're just going to combine all of those layers together. Do the same thing on the other side, matching up the midpoint of the side pocket to the bottom of the zipper. Then open up the corner until it forms a straight edge. Line it up with the bottom edge of the side pocket and pin everything in place. We're going to take it to the sewing machine and sew across both edges. And now the whole bottom side is closed. We still have the top of the side pocket opening, the outer and inner fabric openings, but we will set this aside and work on the handle. Flip one of your handle pieces to the wrong side and fold it in half. Give it a good crease and then open it back up. On that midline, we're going to find the midpoint, and on each side of the midpoint measure about 1.5 centimeters. This is going to be the width of your handle. Then draw a line connecting each point to the four corners. It should look like an hourglass. Then we're going to stack both handle pieces on top of each other and cut out following the lines. When I get to the middle, I like to round out the corner so that it's not so sharp. Place your pieces right sides together and sew down both sides using a 1/2 centimeter seam allowance. And we're going to turn it right side out. Okay, grab your bag and we're going to find the middle hole. So going from left to right, the leftmost hole goes into the lining fabric. The middle hole goes into the outer fabric, which is the one that we want. And the hole on the right is the side pocket. So we want to feed our handle into the middle hole that goes into the outer fabric. I'm taking a chopstick to help me, but I'm just sticking it into the handle and I'm pinning at the end of the chopstick to hold it in place. Make sure it comes out of the other end, and then we can start pinning around the hole to hold the handle in place. It's a pretty small space, so just take your time. Once the handle is secure, we can start pinning the hole of the lining fabric so that it's flush with that middle hole. Make it as flat as possible and pin it together. Next, we're going to pin the top of the side pocket so that it's flush with the hole. So flatten out that opening and combine it to the hole. If this part is too difficult, you can definitely sew the other openings closed separately. You would just sew a straight line across. I like doing it this way because it gets everything closed in one go. We're going to sew around this hole using about a 2 centimeter seam allowance. You really want to make sure that you're sewing through all of the layers. Again, it's a very small space, so just take it nice and slow. Once we finish sewing both sides closed, we can find the corner that we left open earlier and turn the whole thing right side out. Find that opening and just sew it closed. For the tassels, we're going to fold each edge to the center and fold it in half and sew, or you can use the loop turner method if you prefer. I ended up making 4 tassels for my bag. Go ahead and tie each tassel to your zipper as the finishing touch. And there you have it, the Hobo Hot Dog Bag.